We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Caleb going to throw right away. Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And a change of scenery in 2023 worked out well for Swift as he racked up a new career high in rushing yards during his lone season as an Eagle. And now he's made the move to Chicago and is expecting to power their running game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Rolling to his right. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. To the air, Williams. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Throwing is Williams. Finds Strong on the check down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Rome Odunze with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Oh, ready? 19 Texas. Buggy. Why Tony? 11. Connect.
Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You look at this Bears defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
That is caught. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Play action. Now Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
19, let's go now. Go.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. 7-7, our score after 1. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They'll go play action here with Williams. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll get about 6 here before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Swift is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Stroud working out of the gun. This goes out wide for Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Texans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here comes third and the length of the football. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Throwing now is Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 15. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Looking to throw is Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's still on his feet. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a give right side Swift. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. On play action, here's Williams. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. It became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, 57 yards. And the Texans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to it. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Williams. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Williams from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
To throw, Williams. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Oh, ready?
Final play of the half, Stroud. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Here's Stroud. Houston. Take down his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Williams flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Swift going to try up the middle.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be third and forever. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go, here's Williams. Caught on a slant. And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. Touchdown. DJ Moore, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears have taken a fourth quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed.
Touchdown, Texans! Dalton Schultz, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Throwing is Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift. It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is caught. He hits more. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From the gun, here's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. To the air, Williams. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
4th down, 10 yards to go. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Hey, south. Hey, uno more.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Stroud back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, uno. 19 Texans.
Here's Stroud. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Houston, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.